But that's why habits are so important, because habits teach you to break things slowly but surely. So even the habits of how your mom speaks to you, you might feel powerless at first, right? But if you decide, oh, okay, or if you allow yourself to think differently and think of, okay, how else could my home life go, right? And then you start creating habits around that. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's standing up to yourself every time somebody speaks to you in a way that hurts your soul, right? You make that your habit until people start speaking to you differently. Or if you realize, oh, this is a lose-lose situation, this person's never gonna change, you start creating habits of you move that are gonna help you move out of home. And then in your new home, you create the type of habits that make it a peaceful home, a restoring home, a healing home, basically a home that's completely opposite from, you know what I mean? And you can do that. And you can do that. You can do that while you're still hopeful. But I think that's probably why most people are scared to stay hopeful and creative and, you know what I'm saying, and dreaming, because reality already hurts. So what happens when you dream and you fail?
It's much more pain.
Oh, please, sir.
But like, I think what you just like raised a really important point, because I think that like once you do this, then you always like have like a source of reference, right? So I'll give you an example. Like I remember, I don't know who, but like I'll say, maybe let's say my mom, for example. When I was growing up, like somebody will like you'll make a mistake and have I ustatla what's away. I'd always say uskafek istatla, because I say istatla samanit, you're not gonna like it, so constantly checking them, even how somebody in the family is calling a child that, I'll be like, no, don't do that, and I'll teach the kids themselves, never accept this about yourself, because the minute you accept it,
oh, madam, really the antivirus. Shout out to all the operating systems you say, and for standing up for your own operating system for reals, because that's exactly what we're saying. They were trying to put in bad code into your system, and you were like, no,
yeah, exactly. So that's what
don't
I'm
do
saying.
that here.
So constantly checking
That's
it.
dope. That is dope. That's power.
Because you remember who you are, and you need to always keep that mindset,
But one, that's also like, that's one of the biggest repercussions of emotional abuse, is losing that sense of self, losing that sense of direction. You don't trust who you are, therefore you don't trust yourself to make good decisions. And that's how you end up not making any new decisions. You just stick to what you know, because I'm already a fuck up. I don't want to try and fuck up even more.
And failure is like such a big part of changing anything in your life.
That's failure. Failure will it'll show you.
you can't
succeed at anything.
You can't succeed at anything without. Well, okay, maybe that's an extreme way to put it, to say that you can't succeed at anything without failing. But 99 times out of 100, if you're gonna try something new, it's not gonna be.
But you know what? I think maybe we need to stop looking at failure as an outcome within itself. It's a part of the process, right? The goal, like, is
to get to the thing.
The goal is a certain lifestyle that comes with certain habits, right? So if you haven't mastered those habits yet, you haven't failed. You just haven't mastered them yet. Like, you're still on your way. What we see. The problem, though, is that we live in very harsh environments where people are controlled through fear and guilt and shame, right? So now that's why, like, dogmatic religions are always trying to shame people, because that makes people controllable. They're gonna be scared to try, because in their minds failure is the worst thing. So then you can control them. Now they're closed. Like, they're closed to trying new things. They're closed to trying again. Now you have them. Whatever you say, they're gonna do, because they no longer trust themselves. They no longer believe in themselves. Yeah.
I think also the thing is, I'm fully with that, and I think another contributor is comparison also, because you have the fake it till you make it gang on Instagram, doing
putting pressure on you.
Then you look at that, and you're like, yo, bro, when I tried, I failed
so hard. So what's wrong with me? Sure.
So why can't I be like these Instagram guys with their cars?
Stay in your own lane. Stay in your own lane. I think that is I think that's one thing that has helped me survive.
Protect your operating system.
Yeah, I mean, like, I remember in varsity, like we all wanted to look like slay queens, you know. So there was that whole
God is
thing.
good,
We had
children.
to make sure
God is
that,
good.
you
Debugging
know,
is real. Antivirus works. Look at this.
you know. And then like it wasn't working. You know, when you know something is not you, you're like, okay. But then you see others and you're like, but I could do it, you know. But I feel like something that saved me is staying in my own lane and doing the things that I want to do the way that I want to do them.
Honestly, I'm beginning to truly believe already. Anybody that wants to flash that lifestyle with like what Jay-Z, ne? What Jay-Z, even from his first album, right? And that's what people don't get. Is flashing for what Jay-Z and them was actually a part of the lifestyle that they were living. It was a part of their habits. Their habit was, we're gonna hustle so hard that we have money to throw away, right? And then, as a part of our habits, we're gonna go throw this money away, come back and make more. Which sounds ridiculous to the rest of us, because you might be like, that's not gonna build generational wealth. For sure. In the initial, it's not, right? The habit of making money, making so much money that you can throw it away. Once that becomes a habit, bro, you can get older and decide, I don't wanna splurge as much. But the point is, the habit is there. The habit is there. So that's what people are not getting. They see what Jay-Z and the videos, they forgetting the story behind. Before this nigga could flash like this, he was doing things that you are not prepared to do. Staying up later nights than you were willing to. Dealing with people that you would shit your pants, just see it. He was making deals, illegal deals with them. What we see. And I think that's why I think over Insta culture is so dangerous. People are getting the success, like the picture of success. They're not getting the success story.
The method.
Yeah. The story. Because if you look at it as a story, then you stop thinking of success and failure as binary. You realize, I'm writing a story. I started off as broke as shit. I developed these habits. I got this little bit of money. This money opened my eyes to this type of lifestyle, this type of, these new habits. Then I kept the good habits from there, added better habits onto that. Now I'm making more money. And now that I'm making more money than ever before, I understand I'm no longer stuck in the hood. So I don't have to make myself feel better by showing how much better I am than these niggas. I can spend my money on things that actually make a difference. Like now, you get to a point where you understand, or bowling, for instance, real bowling is like building a school. You want to talk about legacy, fam?
Model technique stuff.
Bruh, you want to talk about legacy, fam? That's like riches on riches on riches, bro. Because, yeah. I get it, because that...
And we need to build schools. We need to build schools because the if you want to talk about programming, the programming that is going on there, the schools that I went to, I was actually
schools can't teach us shit.
I was gonna say their names, and then I realized we live in a world where
and people are sensitive.
But honestly, like the schools that I went to,
their schools can't teach us shit.
The programming that I was given was really, it did not take cognizance.
It was poison.
Of my background, did not take cognizance of didn't take cognizance of it, like, trying to empower me from where I'm coming from.
You sure it's not just dead press fucking with your brain?
No. No.
You already felt some type of way about their schools before you heard their schools?
No. In fact, when I heard dead press, I had no inclination that I was in they schools.
Oh wow.
Because I heard dead press when I was in high school.
But you weren't aware that they talk about us.
I just felt like, Power
to the people. Amanda, y'all.
But I'm good. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a good, and I mean, you can say, like, objectively, the schools I went to were quote unquote good schools. I'm not saying
in comparison, no way.
But they were not preparing me for life.
They were trying to bring out the best of your operating system. Yeah,
preparing me for life as a young African man in South Africa, it was completely removed. I didn't learn anything about South African history, African history. No, none of that.
Bro, you can cut this later if you want. But I remember, like, varsity time. Remember the first time we went to was it Bree? Or we were going to perform somewhere in Jersey. And we had to go past North. And we was like, bruh, I've never seen so many people in my life.
Are you serious? Was Pretoria different?
You can look at Pretoria.
You look at Centurion. The homie grew up, lived his whole life, went to school in Centurion. You know how Valhalla is. Where were you? North and Valhalla, compare the two.
But I mean, not even just Centurion, like even Pretoria town, like because
you're right.
Mom's thing.
Yeah,
when you started in Maraba.
Yeah,
so
and even Maraba start is not as bad as.
I used to spend a lot of time in Maraba.
But
when I hit North, I was like, yeah.
Wow, see?
What is this?
Yeah.
Because you must remember,
Humans on humans.
bruh, on you. Like a sea of people, literally.
Wow.
A sea of people, literally. Oh, but you must remember, like, also, we take it lightly, but being one of the few blacks in a white situation, Leona has a way of messing with your operating system.
For sure.
It really does. Because you get so used to, like, that's why I get so mad whenever I hear, like, ethnic people from other parts of the world calling themselves minorities. Because that's like, you are messing with your own operating system. Like, Hakani, within the population, you're a minority. But when you call yourself a minority, what are you doing, dog? Like, what? Like, why? Why would you call yourself a minority? You're not a minority of nothing, bro. Like, you are a full human being.
It's a system.
Well, so I hate that whole concept of minority, but I understand why the system uses it. Exactly. But the schools we went to, you're made to feel like a minority. So then that kind of silences you already, because you feel like, I'm just happy that they're letting me be here. So how dare I speak up? And I think that's the whole point.